This report details a deeply disturbing case involving alleged parental violence. The incident centers on a Chicago woman, Llovana Torres. She is 26 years old. Torres stands accused of a horrific act. The allegation is that she stabbed her own 7-year-old son. This case has drawn significant attention due to its nature. Authorities have arrested Llovana Torres in connection with the incident. She is now facing a serious felony charge. The specific charge is aggravated battery of a child. The alleged crime occurred on the morning of May 17th. It represents a stark reminder of the vulnerabilities faced by children. Such cases highlight the critical need for vigilance in child safety. The legal process is now underway. This case will be examined closely by the courts. It raises profound questions about domestic safety and child welfare. The community is grappling with the details of the accusation. Parental violence is a sensitive and complex issue. It demands careful and objective reporting. This incident underscores the potential dangers that can exist within a home. A place meant to be safe became the scene of an alleged violent act. The focus remains on the well-being of the young victim. The charge of aggravated battery of a child reflects the severity of the alleged actions. It is a felony offense. The legal system will now determine the facts and accountability. Give a like and subscribe. Leave a comment. The alleged violence took place within the confines of their home. This location is where the dispute reportedly began. The setting adds another layer of concern to the events. The alleged cause of the incident was a dispute. It reportedly stemmed from the state of their home. This mundane issue allegedly escalated dramatically. According to reports, Torres's state upon waking was one of frustration. She reportedly found the house in disarray. This discovery was the initial trigger. The context of the disarray was significant to her. She had reportedly cleaned the house the previous night. Finding it messy again allegedly fueled her anger. Torres's initial reaction to the situation was intense. She reportedly became enraged. This emotional state allegedly preceded the physical confrontation. Torres's first action towards her son was physical. She reportedly began hitting him. This was the initial alleged act of violence. The son's reaction to being hit was one of fear. It prompted him to hide. He sought refuge from the alleged assault. The son's hiding place was specific. He hid in a kitchen cabinet. The cabinet was located under the sink. Torres's action when her son wouldn't come out escalated the situation dramatically. She allegedly grabbed a knife. This introduced a deadly weapon into the confrontation. Torres's action with the knife was alarming. She repeatedly stabbed into the cabinet. She allegedly directed the knife towards her son's hiding spot. The indication that her son had been hit was a crucial moment. She allegedly stabbed until she heard her son scream. This sound reportedly stopped her actions. The victim in this case is a young boy. His age is 7 years old. His youth makes the alleged violence particularly disturbing. The severity of his injuries is significant. He suffered severe injuries as a result of the alleged stabbing. His condition required immediate and intensive medical care. One specific injury reported was a ruptured diaphragm. This is a serious internal injury. It can have life-threatening consequences. He also sustained multiple stab wounds. These injuries indicate repeated trauma. The nature of the wounds underscores the violence of the alleged attack. The combination of injuries highlights the critical condition the child was in. A ruptured diaphragm and multiple stab wounds require complex medical intervention. His survival depended on rapid and expert care. The impact of such injuries on a 7-year-old body is profound. Recovery is likely to be a long and challenging process. Both physical and psychological healing will be necessary. These injuries are consistent with the alleged actions described. Stabbing into a cabinet where a child is hiding could easily result in such trauma. The details paint a grim picture of the incident. The focus of medical professionals has been on stabilizing his condition. The severity of the injuries necessitated immediate life-saving measures. His young age adds urgency to his medical treatment. Following the alleged stabbing, Torres took an action. She reportedly took her son to her mother's apartment. This occurred after she realized he was bleeding. The location of the grandmother's apartment was convenient. It was in the same building. This allowed for a quick transfer of the injured child. The grandmother's reaction upon seeing the child was immediate and appropriate. She reportedly insisted on taking the boy to the hospital. Her quick thinking was crucial. The initial hospital destination was Evanston Hospital. This was the first medical facility they went to. Medical staff there assessed the severity of his condition. Due to the severity of his injuries, a transfer was necessary. He was later airlifted to Lurie Children's Hospital in Chicago. This hospital is equipped to handle critical pediatric cases. Upon arrival at Lurie Children's Hospital, he underwent a critical medical procedure. He had emergency surgery. This was necessary to address his life-threatening injuries. Post-surgery, he required significant medical support. He was placed on a ventilator. He also had a chest tube inserted to manage his injuries. Being on a ventilator indicates the severity of the respiratory impact from the ruptured diaphragm. A chest tube is used to drain fluid or air from the chest cavity. These measures are standard for such critical trauma. The medical team at Lurie Children's Hospital worked to stabilize his condition. His transfer and subsequent surgery were vital steps in his treatment. The focus remained on his survival and recovery. The immediate aftermath highlights the transition from the alleged violent act to seeking medical aid. The grandmother's intervention appears to have been a critical turning point in getting the child help. The medical response reflects the life-threatening nature of the injuries sustained. A witness was reportedly present during or immediately after the incident. This witness was identified as a cousin. Their presence provides an additional perspective on the events. The cousin's report included a significant detail. They reportedly heard Torres admit to threatening to harm her son. This statement provides insight into Torres's alleged state of mind. The nature of the threat, as overheard, was specific. It was a threat to harm him if he didn't come out of hiding. This suggests the alleged violence was preceded by verbal threats. Torres's own account to medical staff offered a different perspective on her actions. She reportedly stated she was waving the knife around. This was her explanation for how the injuries occurred. The context of Torres's account was related to her search for her son. She claimed she was waving the knife around while trying to find him in the cabinet. This statement contrasts with the allegation of deliberate stabbing. Current legal status of Llovana Torres is that she is facing felony charges. The legal process is moving forward. She is presumed innocent until proven guilty. The specific charge mentioned is aggravated battery of a child. This is a serious felony. A conviction could result in a lengthy prison sentence. The victim's current status is that he is recovering from his injuries. His condition has reportedly stabilized since the emergency surgery. His recovery is the primary concern for medical professionals and authorities. The legal case will likely involve examining the different accounts of the incident. The statements from Torres, the cousin, and the medical evidence will be crucial. The court will weigh the evidence to determine what occurred. The charge reflects the state's view of the severity of the alleged crime. Aggravated battery implies serious harm was inflicted. The fact that the victim is a child makes the charge particularly grave. The recovery of the 7-year-old boy is paramount. While the legal proceedings unfold, his health and well-being remain the focus. The long-term impact of his physical and emotional trauma will need to be addressed. This case serves as a stark reminder of the complexities of domestic situations and child safety. The legal system will now work to establish accountability. The community watches as the details emerge and the process unfolds.